What's going on, guys? It's Grinch KD. Today we'll be talking about the Lady Noelle fusion and why I think that everyone who can get it should get it. Now, I understand it's the holidays, so if you can't get the fusion, totally understandable. You're spending a lot of time with your family or you just don't have time to log into the game and do the events. That is totally understandable. If you can't get it, all good. But for those of you that can get it and are deciding to skip it, I highly advise against that. Now, the reason is, one of the first reasons, and this is something that I do for my account, is I go for every fusion that is a Void Legendary, because I will probably never pull them again. So she's Void Legendary, so right off the bat, even if she was bad, I still would have gone for her. I'm still going to go for her. But even if she was completely terrible, I still go for her because she's a Void Legendary. And the chance of me pulling a Void Legendary fusion, or even a Void Legendary in general, is so low that if I skip her, I probably will never ever get her again, provided I am not a super duper large spender. If you're a big spender, then you'll get most of the champions anyway. As well as, if we take a look at her kit, she is in talks of being one of the best revivers in the game, which is a pretty... Ooh, whoa, is this our first faction with 5 rows of legendaries, or 4 rows? It is. She is in the talks of being the best reviver in the game. I got a revive and a freeze on a 3 turn cooldown. I was thinking it reduces by 2 turns. On a 3 turn cooldown, she is in talks of being like the best reviver in the game. I think she's just a great champion overall. Not like a 10 out of 10 champion, but she's you know what, like a 7 or 8 out of 10 is pretty fair. She's pretty good. Like, she's pretty damn good. The revive, spamming the revive and freezing your enemy, like, you revive and it's a 3 turn cooldown, but then you freeze your enemy so they can't do anything to you for a turn. So then by the time they can actually start attacking you again, you've only got 2 turns until your revive comes back because you've frozen them for a whole turn. So that's pretty nice. You know, by the time they kill your guys again, boop, they're back and they're frozen again. So pretty freaking nice. As well as with Sir Nick, she can kind of spam unkillable like forever, which is kind of nasty. That's another thing too, is the fact that she combos with Sir Nick, and Sir Nick is available through the Yuletide event. Most of you guys that are doing her are probably going to have the duo, and if you don't have the duo, do not worry, because Sir Nick is actually one of the only Void Legendaries that is constantly available. Now, it's going to be pretty pricey, but if you ever want the duo and you end up skipping Sir Nicholas through the Yuletide event, you always can get him in the token trader. Now, 8 dupes is quite a bit, but even me who's been playing for a long time, like, look at all these dupes. You know, I could sacrifice 8 champions to get this guy. Yes, 8 dupes is quite a bit, but I think if you've been playing for probably a year and a half, you've probably got 8 duplicate legendaries. And if it's worth it to you, if it's going to progress your account, you can get Sir Nick. But just the fact that Sir Nick is always available here, so you're always going to have access to her duo champion or her partner champion, is pretty nice. So even if you decide to skip Sir Nick now, if you get her now and then get Sir Nick, you know, a year later, you can do that if you'd like. So that's pretty freaking nice. The fact that as long as you do her, you can kind of guarantee yourself the partnership is pretty cool. And it's not too late to start. I'll pull up the event calendars. You guys can see what's going on if you haven't already seen it, but all the other YouTubers have made videos on it. There's only 2 dungeon divers, which is pretty nice, but there are 3 champion training events / tournaments. So that is something to watch out for. But only 2 dungeon divers. Pretty freaking nice. Hopefully it's not too bad. Actually, I'll just leave this on the screen. Hopefully it's not too bad of a fusion. But yeah, just the fact that she's Void Legendary alone is enough of a reason to make me go for her. But I do think she's actually a really good champion. And you're always going to have a chance to get her partner. Or you're always going to have a guaranteed method to get her partner, whether you want to go through the token trader or you're doing the Yuletide right now. And for some of you that are already doing the Yuletide, you kind of have to do her events anyway, because her stuff is tied to the Yuletide towards the end of it. So, you know, if you're doing Yuletide, you kind of already are starting to go for her. You might as well commit all the way if you can. But yeah, guys, it's not too late to start. I'm dropping this video the day the fusion has started. So if you haven't started already, go ahead and start now if you think it's worth it to you. I highly recommend doing it, but that's just my opinion. You're only going to be a couple hours behind, which is not that big a deal. Yeah, I wish you guys luck on the fusion. Stay tuned for some more videos this week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.